Namaskar. Welcome to the new episode of Catch Them Young, a platform dedicated to youth for youth. Today, we have a new guest from the city of Bangalore who studies in class 9th. She is not an ordinary girl, but she has some extraordinary capabilities. She has many feathers on her cap. She is a wannabe climate changer, a superb orator, a young writer, a yoga enthusiast, and a perfect Bharatanatyam dancer. So, without wasting much time, let's talk to her now. Welcome to the show, Nandika. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and it has been a wonderful and privileged opportunity to be part of this show. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. And Nandika, before we proceed further, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, everyone. My name is Santika A. Kumar, and I'm studying in class 9th, Narayana Kokaveri Bhavan, Bangalore. I'm very excited to be part of the show, and yeah,
Okay. So, Nandika, you have crossed many parts of your life in such a young age. So, how is the journey so far?
it has been a wonderful opportunity, especially, achieving a lot of things from a young age. Speaking about Virghata or Parliament or UNESCO or all the things I've achieved, it has been a wonderful journey so far. I had a wonderful experience covering all of the various possibilities and opportunities that were open to me. And I thank my parents, Almighty God, and all the people who supported me and helped me to achieve the greatest things and the greatest moments for my life.
Nice. Nandika, what does success means to you?
Success basically is achieving the things that we have set for. Life is not what we can just find randomly. We have to set a goal. So if we achieve the goal, is that what I can say success obtained? Having the inner confidence in you and having the inner ability and the inner satisfaction on you is what I call success.
Okay. So, in such a less time, what I think is childhood is a time when you actually enjoy it as a bundle of joy with zero responsibilities, and the only responsibility is what the children is having these days is their studies. Okay, so what have you learned so far?
Childhood is like a wonderful time of a human life, a human being. So as we all say, old is gold. So the memories which we create in our childhood is very memorable. It's like we can't go back to our childhood once more. So enjoy the maximum that you can in your childhood. Do your best, make your parents proud, do whatever you like, follow your hobbies, follow your interests. Always, be yourself, be bold, be courageous, and always, go to the positive side of life and learn the positive impact that life has led us to.
So before I proceed further, I remember that you do yoga sessions and all. How this
Yeah.
interest came into you, and you are participating in your neighborhood as well. You are teaching your younger ones there. So how this journey started? And I guess last year you have participated in one of the contests like PM ka yoga session, something like that. So how was that
Yeah.
experience as well?
Yeah, it was wonderful. Especially yoga is like very important for everyone here, even though from like young age to a very old age gap. So yoga is like very important. It helps us to become flexible, more creative, and helps us to improve our mental stability. So doing yoga, I've been doing yoga when I was very little. So it has been a wonderful opportunity and experience for me, and participating in the PM yoga program was also very nice. The initiative which is put by the government to inculcate or to spread awareness about yoga is very, very, very entertaining and very thrilling. And I was so happy to participate in the program, and I really thank the government for creating such an initiative, especially for children and old people and young people, because yoga is like very important. It helps us to cure like many diseases, and it's very important, and it's a wonderful opportunity.
Hmm. So, because you are a yoga practitioner, so I want you to let the people know that how do you manage calmness and confidence in contrasting settings when you perform yoga, you do meditation or something like that.
So to maintain calmness, yoga is one of the main reasons, like how we may become calm. So taking a deep breath or doing meditation, at least at the morning, like 10 to 15 minutes. Surya Namaskara is also very important. So this is increases our the calmness and
Mhm.
soothes our mind. So yoga is like one of the most important thing that helps us to maintain our mental creativity, helps us to improve our memory power, whatever diseases have, like it helps us to cure a lot. So yoga is like one of the most important tool, I say, is important for every person out there to try to understand themselves.
So back to our past memories and all. So you have participated in a few programs where, in one of the programs, you got the opportunity to speak in the parliament. So do you have some memories of it? And how was that uninterrupted minutes on the mic?
It was absolutely fantastic. The moment I stepped on the podium and saw the mic in front of me, I realized that I'm not an ordinary person here, and I'm here to, show my talent, showcase my talent, and I'm here at a wonderful in India's most historical place, the Parliament, and that too at the Central Hall. I'm here, and then I can show my talents out there and address everyone. So it was a wonderful and great opportunity, and also visiting various places and meeting many new people and young minds from around India felt very, very, very nice and a fantastic opportunity for me.
So after all those, visits, I came to know that you wrote a small book. आपने एक छोटी सी किताब भी लिखी थी. So tell us
Huh.
more about that book. And I guess it's been almost 2, 3 years back which you wrote that book. Can you have show us that book and what does that book tells about?
So yeah, the book is named as Talent Show Obstacles. So it really inspired me. What inspired me to write this book was basically a motto of never giving up. So this whole book talks about a girl wanting to achieve her path, her success, or all the things that she has been doing since childhood. She, whatever comes in her path, whatever obstacles comes in her way, she clears it. She clears it with all dedication, all the strength that she has to achieve her goal. So this book basically talks about never giving up in life, because if you give up in life, it does not mean anything, because work until you reach your goal, and that's the main motto that I follow until today, and that I want to let to know every person out there that you have to work to reach your goal, and that is when you achieve, that's when you feel that you have done something good, you have done something great, you have done something extraordinary.
Nandika, so right now, as we know that you are in class ninth, it's a secondary, school. So you would be
Yeah.
very clear about your goals, am I right? What you have to become in your life. Huh? So
Yeah.
what is that and how do you prepare for it every day? How much time do you dedicate for studies, for self-study?
uh, Yeah, for studies in the sense, I also focus on studies, plus my extracurricular activities. So my dream and goal is to serve our nation, to be whatever it is. Especially, I was really motivated by Jay Shankar, Sushma Swaraj, Shashi Tharoor, and all those ministers. And it has been wonderful seeing them, capture the world podium with their extraordinary, mesmerizing words. So studies and all, I also, self study. I do self study. All those things, I have a specific time limit allotted for it. So whatever things it is, I also, spend time for GK and whatever new GK or new knowledge I can attain, so that I know about the world, I know about India, I know what's happening near me. It's not only studies you have to focus on, but also all the extracurricular activities and also the other things which is happening all over the world.
Thanks. So, like, as I asked you earlier, even like, what is the goal you have set yourself and what you want to become in life right now? If someone asks you, then.
It's actually to serve our nation by, let's say, civil service,
Mm-hmm.
like our foreign sectors or India, or yeah, that's my goal.
So, you have, as I told earlier, that you have many feathers. So the one feather is about climate change program, and I'm just watching it very closely that these days children are very much aware about the climate change program, and government is doing so much. So according to you, what is the biggest problem coming into the way, and how can you bring the real change?
Climate change is like one of the main important issues we're facing all around the world. As time is increasing, as days go on by and by, we are near to a place or a point where all the earth's temperature increases, and where the glaciers melt and a lot of changes happen all around us. So the government has put a lot of initiatives for climate change and global warming, which is one of the most major concerns and hot topics which is being discussed not only in the forum, but everywhere, even place to place. So it is a very important aspect to look upon. And participating in the UNESCO and addressing about climate change, my major topic was climate change. So addressing about that was, I felt very happy, because what we have to do is spread awareness among everyone, so that everyone knows what climate change is and what that devil can bring to our world. So, bringing and spreading awareness is one of the major issues or major things that we have to focus on, and that's what I have proposed my idea also on. And it has been a wonderful experience participating in the UNESCO program and speaking and addressing about climate change. Yeah.
And it's a proud moment for all of us, all Indians. Give us a little brief idea about this program.
As I
Mm-hmm.
already told, climate action is one of the pressing issues of all time, and that's the major thing which I'm focusing on, and delivering and spreading people the information about.
The one thing which always hits my mind, when we talk about climate change, the first thing in my mind which comes is like we should control our population wherever we live. I guess the cause of climate change is we have expended our thoughts, keep the more the merrier, and the other thing is the population which is increasing day by day, the multi-story buildings and that industrialization that is mostly causing the climate change. So how can we decrease it? How can we come to the minimalistic ideas and we can live happily?
Yeah, as you said, growing population is also a very major concern. But population, in the sense, cannot be our weakest point here, because
Hmm.
industrialization also plays a major role for climate change. The smoke or the waste product being excreted by the factories all
Hmm.
creates a major destruction in the whole entire world. So the first solution I see is by planting trees. As you know, it really helps. Planting trees, it'll increase the amount of oxygen level in our atmosphere, and it's a wonderful way to easily get rid of climate change. Deforestation is also one of the main causes, so planting trees really helps. And also by reducing the number of the transport, like you can see, like day by day we move, the traffic keeps on increasing. So using a common form of transport instead of using cars or big vehicles for short distances, carpooling also works. So all these things would also help.
Hmm.
Also using renewable sources of energy. We have solar energy, wind energy. Using all of this will also help instead of using coal, fuels, petrol. All those fossil fuels really, increases the amount of greenhouse gases in our, atmosphere, that always increases the earth temperature and will lead to global warming.
So these days, especially in the national capital, I can see the numbers of electrical vehicles, increasing in numbers. So how long do you see that era when hydrogen cars would come? And I am pretty sure that the pollution will reduce to a certain amount by that time.
Yeah. So by the zero carbon emissions, so the hydrogen cars and the electric vehicle cars really helps, because we use less of the petrol or any fossil fuels. So this basically increases the sustainability, and the all the harmful particles will be reduced, which can easily mitigate climate change. So this is a wonderful and great alternative that has been put forward. And the production of electric vehicles is also increasing compared to all the petrol and all the things. So it has been like very good. And all the things like zero carbon by 2070, which is proposed by our prime minister, is also a wonderful initiative put by the government too. So climate change is like a very important thing that we have to act upon, spread upon, and spread awareness upon.
So the cities in which we both live, like in Delhi and in Bangalore, those are the one of the most trafficked cities. I've been, in Bangalore a few times, so I've seen the traffic system there. It is very chaotic. So in Delhi as well. So at least these cities needs to have electric vehicles as much as possible.
Yeah.
So, Nandika, like a student and like an observer, a keen observer, if I ask you ki if you would be given that opportunity to pitch a new school subject, would it be? And how would you inspire others from that subject?
Um, my personal opinion is, you know, learning about our law. So the thing which I've learned is that all the basic needs, like whatever it is for kids or students from young age, if they know the basics of law, for example, we say civil laws or criminal laws, this would be a great opportunity for them to explore the wide varieties that we have, or the laws which has been laid down by the government. Knowing our responsibilities and duties is one of the important thing that we have to give information to the young generations about. So having a subject like this would really help the young generation to know more about our law, our constitution, our heritage, and the things that we have to follow, what we have to do and what we not have to do, so they could rightly act on situations. So if we know what we have to do or what we not have to do, we have a clear idea on what we are doing, and we know if what we're doing is legal to our nation. So having this law based concept in, if it's included in the school curriculum,
Mhm.
it would have been great, and I would love it to be a part of the school curriculum.
So you have mastered in dance, speech, and writing, and then yoga, and then climate actionism. So what's the next path for you? What have you decided for yourself? The new
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah. So one thing which I have noticed is that, as we all know, that the India-Pak war has recently, were very escalating issues nowadays. So, one thing which I've noticed and observed is that the space sector has also been a wonderful, wonderful opportunity and a wonderful area where India got to get a step ahead for it. So space is not what everyone is exploring into. So space and technology is one of my major interests, which I've been following nowadays. As we all said that for the India Park War, we have sent almost like 10 satellites to monitor, and it feels a very proud moment for us as well as Indians to be a major power in space and technology too. We have also shown and proven our talents in space and technology. So knowing more about our space, because space is a mystery. See, it's not what we just see around. It's not Earth. We have planets, we have solar systems, we have galaxies, we have a very vast things all around us. So it is a very interesting topic to look upon, and that is one of where my key aspects or my key interest is going towards. So yeah, that's my recent interest towards.
Okay. And so you have foot into music as well, because being a South Indian, that what I understand that they are into both the things in dance and as well as in music. So are you learning music?
Not exactly quietly, but then some of the basics of Carnatic music, and I love the Western songs and South Indian songs. So all those nostalgic songs I do listen to, and music has been a very great remedy for me too. Wherever I go, I do love listening to music. It really helps me, go on with the flow. Music has the ability to calm and cool our mind, going with the systematic flow. So music has been one of a great part of my life, and a very great feeling for me.
So, Nandika, what is bravery for you? Politicians these days are putting their best foot forward in different countries and, in foreign nations and condemning Pakistan's action, which cowardly act which they have done in Pahalgam. So, what is your opinion regarding zero tolerance? And I guess way back in 1947, when we have separated as two different countries, these wars should not continue for long because that's a disastrous thing for the generations to come.
Yeah, as we all told and we all know, it's one of the pressing issues of all time, the India-Pak war. A very hot topic being discussed right now. So India has been taking necessary and very great precautions, as I see so far. And India is like a very democratic, sovereign country. So we, maintain a great diplomatic relationship within every countries, and maintain peace and harmony across the world. So whenever we also have the power, and we know whenever someone harms our nation, we have to protect the citizens of our nation. So the way we retaliate is extraordinary. And ma'am, it's very interesting and very happy to know that our attack has been very precise and measured. We have always make sure that there's no like 0% chance for casualty. So we have, done it in like perfect, intimate, like the perfect places which where you have to do. And there is one of the great proud moments which I feel, the way India is taking actions and the way we retaliate into these situations is just very great to watch as an Indian, sitting here and seeing the great ideas and the great contributions that the stakeholders have been putting into, for the protection of our citizens. And
And I
also, yeah, and also the our prime minister also mentioned our new normal, where we have a certain level, and we, if someone tolerates that, we have a new normal for our nation. That is our power, that's our dignity, and we have the motive to to protect our citizens and our nation.
and I find something which is very, very, inspiring was Make in India products. Whatever India has made in these years, the past years, the defense equipments, and they went so accurately. So for me and for other citizens as well, somewhere down the line, the aspiring engineers, I would say, or the scientists, aspiring scientists, would be really thinking ki they should come up with greater radars, greater satellites, greater equipments.
Seeing our nation grow like from our independence since 1947, I've observed that we have been developing and growing very quickly, very rapidly, and in a very constant, state of flow. Make in India has been a very, very great approach, what I feel. Exporting our own products
Correct.
is a very great idea, especially for an economical sector too. India is about to become, like, our target is to become the third largest economy, and we're about to surpass and become the fourth economy very soon. So we are at the right track, and I feel very, very, very proud to be an Indian, and where we are taking the right exact actions, like exporting our things to promote our currencies, and the approach, or maintaining the interconnecting between countries, the relationship between the countries is a very great approach, as India is doing and maintaining all these things.
For that on that week, I would say for those 3 days, those 3 nights were very restless. Like taking care of everything so minutely. And we as the citizens and the spectators, I would say, we're just praying for the army people, our defense forces. And we were also so, excited, and we're so worried if it's going to be missed. Either are we going to, attack to Pakistan or something like that. The situation has come at that time. But thankfully, the move was successfully done, and we demolished whatever we have planned it. And that is a good thing that younger generations like you are really concerned about it and have the full knowledge about it.
Very great seeing how we defend the enemies, or whatever, whoever comes to attack us, or bother our citizens. So the way we take action against them is very, very great, a great motivation and self confidence for us, that India is coming and progressing to become a superpower, and we're all very proud of it. And yeah, the younger generation is also learning from all these things, and I'm pretty sure that we all can step forward this legacy forward, so that we can also make Bharat more beautiful.
Right. So, like in last 3, 4 years, the one thing which turned to be an unforgettable experience in your life, what it was?
The first thing which I would like to tell is the parliament. speaking in the parliament is not just an ordinary task, like taking, like receiving award, also Veer Khata, receiving award from our defense minister, education minister, all the prominent leaders and dignitaries was a wonderful thing that I've experienced. Also, speaking in the parliament, getting a great opportunity to, stand on the world podium where like many historical decisions have been made was really great for me, and I felt proud being me standing over there and addressing the youth, the young minds sitting over there. And that is one of the most unforgettable moments. And second would be UNESCO. Out of 150, more than 150 countries, youth from all over the world participated in this program. And being selected from India for SDG 13 climate action is also, I feel very happy, a happy moment for me, because the journey has been a very wonderful. It has been great. It like going forward, what the young generations would like to do. Me, what I've done was, whatever, the climate change has been very great, very pressing issues nowadays. So the garbage which has been the plastic garbage near a society, me and then we invited many children from our society to collect the garbage and giving them and recycling them in the proper places. Even whenever I pass through roads or something, I saw leakage problems, issues. So I reported it to the panchayati officers, made them fix, and so that no water is wasted, because water conservation is also very important. Water is one of the main resource of our life. So doing those things, and in front of a school there were like the garbage dumping was happening. So as young generations, we are supposed to live in a clean and healthy environment, and that's not what we have to teach for the younger generations. So working for that, monitoring and following up with this panchayat or the municipality was a great opportunity, and following up with them, clearing the garbage for a weekly wise was very great experience for me.
Because you are right now just a young child, just a teenager. So are those people, those authorities here to you?
The authorities, like we are open to everyone, so we can speak to anyone here. So the panchayat is like very close nearby.
Hmm?
So if it's very a very major issue going on, so I just went to them and just spoke about the issue, and they understood that it is very important, especially when a child saying all of this.
Right.
They
Yeah.
felt a spark, yeah, in them, which immediately made them made the action, and made the plan forward to clear all of them.
Setting just an example in front of other children as well. They just see the loopholes and then they just pass by. Despite of that, they should acknowledge it and put this point forward in front of that concerned authority or the here in Delhi the defined RWAs. They should go there and I would say not complain, but the word should be they should let the people know what is happening in the surroundings. So this is one of the responsibilities anyone and every child can bear.
Yeah.
Hmm. So, what is the most unexpected moment you have lived so far?
That would be all the great experiences that I've had, learning uh, from a lot, especially
Mm-hmm.
from my parents or anyone, teachers, mentors, all everyone really helped me to know the meaning of life, what I have to achieve. And then unforgettable moment, I mentioned right now, we got the parliament and
Mm-hmm.
winning the UNESCO, and also winning the Royal Queen's Commonwealth essay competition. also was a very great, a golden feather also added to my, hat. So yeah, it was, everything was a very unforgettable moment for me, because me as a child uh, enjoyed every moment what I've done so far, and I feel very proud setting an example to all the young generations out there, and it has been very great.
The last question is, what type of legacy you are going to create for your younger generations to come, like your younger sibling as well?
One thing which I want to remind everyone is that to come out of from your comfort zone. Coming out from your comfort zone really means to, do the things that you love, not just staying at your home. Walk around, do the things that you love. Speak with people, be bold, be courageous, do
Hmm.
whatever you like, you love to do. As I told you, I, involved in all those matters like garbage issues, leakage issues, which is a very prominent issue. It's not that I'm preaching the new generation about it, but this is what I did. And I really want to spread out this word that if you come out of your comfort zone, you really understand what you are and what talents that you really possess. Because all of us are very unique and very different, and we have a mission allotted here on earth, and we, have to achieve it, and with great with great way, and with great plannings also. We also should have a specific goal for whatever we are doing. We should not just do it randomly simply, because it's not a random thing which we have to do. And also respect time. Time is like very important. Time can go very fast or very slow. Time can destroy people. Time can actually energize and nourish people. So it has been, a great motivation opportunity for me, and that is one of, a very great thing I want to, give the young generation about. Especially our one of the great motivation for me is Dr. Abdul Kalam sir. His quote is what I get reminded of every single time I remember. He reminds me of, a never give up approach. He was, he was a great person. He was, was not selected first, but then his courage, his motivation to achieve his goal made him the supreme commander of India, which is just inspiring to watch. And it was a great thing. And the quote which always reminds me of is, dream is not what we see in our sleep. It is something that doesn't let us sleep. So dream big, dream high, dream beyond our whatever we think it is. Achieve our goal, reach our goal, and that's when we feel that we have achieved what we are here, what we're destined here for. And this is one of the major things which I've followed and which I still follow every time, and what still reminds me of.
Nandika, I am very sure the people, the children who would be seeing this show in coming days would be surely going to be inspired by you. And I'm sure those people be writing to you their appreciations and their comments because, there should be people around who can inspire others and, make a world a different one. And very overwhelming even because kids who are of your age and those are growing and doing so well in life, catch them young, always wants to, communicate to these kids. And I'm pretty sure the sky is limit for you. And thank you so much, Nandika, for your time. So do well always and always rise. And it is a very big thanks from the team of Catch Them Young.
I really enjoyed this session. Thank you, Shipra ma'am, and the whole team of Catch Them Young. It has been a wonderful experience here, and I'm pretty sure there'll be great new people also joining ahead for further sessions. So, really a wonderful opportunity, and thank you so much for inviting me here. It has been great. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye bye, Nandika, and all the best.
Thank you.